What's up, my crypto legends? In yesterday's live stream, we were talking about some nice scalping opportunities, hitting that $52,400, getting a beautiful rejection from that value area high and the 7/8 Fibonacci from the pivot high to the pivot low. Very nice for some quick little scalping gains. In today's episode, we're talking about the higher time frame scenarios. We'll be zooming out. I'll be talking about the most important level of resistance and support so you can look for a possible trading opportunity, understanding this major uptrend and consolidation. We're going through the liquidity and some interesting news that is going on, guys, so make sure to stay tuned till the very end. Quick reminder, we have partnered with Bybit, of course. You do have the best deal down below in the description. You can trade hundreds of altcoins here. You got a bonus of $30,000, guys. You also get that 20% fee discount on Bybit just using my link in the description. Of course, on 𝗬cie, we do get 20k bonus, and you do not need to do KYC. Just with an email and a password, you are signing up here, getting the best bonus, and also they have the lowest fees for the moment. So check it out, guys. Now, going here through the higher time frames, guys, I'm going to keep it extremely simple so you can understand where we at the moment. When we do zoom out, yes, we've had an incredible run up here during the last few weeks. We had a nice impulsive move here the last week of January, consolidating the first week of February, then getting a major impulsive move here to the upside. Now, when we do zoom in and analyze the situation, is this still a three-wave structure in a possible ABC? Or is it looking more impulsive? In my opinion, it looks very strong and impulsive, as you can see here, that we've had here during the last couple of weeks of February. Now, the question is, this should be a wave 3 then. Are we entering here the wave 4 based on the consolidation? I'm going to talk about the levels of resistance, of course, and that is the highs here from the 15th of February, just a few days ago. We need to take that high into consideration. Main reason why is because we do have a huge amount of liquidity, guys. There's over $1 billion in liquidations, okay, at $53,000 range. So could we just grab that liquidity and then get a major pullback? So no doubt that the option here for a swing failure pattern, claiming all of that liquidity, getting a significant rise, and then creating that double top scenario. Now, this double top scenario could end up in an ABC flat. Why do I think it could form an ABC flat here? Why is this a possibility? Purely based on the timing, if we do take a look at the movement here to the upside and this consolidation in this symmetrical triangle, okay, very corrective structure, massive impulsive move to the upside right over here. And if you do go with the micro counts, you can see how you have formed already 5 waves here to the upside, very impulsively hitting the 2-to-1 extension. When we get the pivot low of the wave 1 to the pivot high of wave 2, okay, of wave 1, sorry, and then look at the pivot low of wave 2 right there, you can see how we've hit the 2-to-1 extension, meaning that this wave 3 over here is twice as long as wave 1, hitting the 2-to-1 extension. Now, when we do take a look at this consolidation that is happening at the moment, just by looking at the timing, this timing right over here, let's take a look at Fibonacci time right away and analyze here this impulsive move to the upside, okay? And obviously we are extending here the time from wave 1 to the low of that wave. You can see how we are hitting already the 1.618. So this movement right there is a little bit longer than the first wave, but it's still very impulsively. So we need timing for a corrective move, right? We can see this corrective move right over here was well over a week. So we need a little bit more of a corrective structure. This is why if we were to dip down beneath the low that was created on Saturday, I think we'll be finding a level of support. So the plan here, number 1, would be if we do get above here from the highs created on Thursday, there is a possible of a flat scenario because this would be a very shallow corrective move, and it would be very strange to see Bitcoin going all the way up to $56,000 without a major pullback, okay, based on timing as well. If we start going sideways for the next coming days, then the pullback could be finished. If we are speculating in this being a possible wave 4, when we do take a look at the start of this impulsive move, which is all the way down here, around about $42,300, going to the high, we haven't hit the minimum level of a possible wave 4, which is that 0.236 Fibonacci, sitting at $50,300. The moment you start hitting that, that is already a minimum requirement. So I'm going to keep it relatively simple. If we were not going to claim that liquidity, those highs over here, and make sure to not get into a short position at the highs. I would only consider a short position if we create a failed auction swing failure pattern to come back down and claim these lows, sweep the liquidity and come down. However, these massive short liquidations, which is over $1 billion, it could have a massive effect and just absolutely explode, okay? So you're liquidating everybody over here and just the momentum is just going to continue to the upside. I'm not interested in shorting this massive pump, only if I do see that big major reaction. And I'm also considering that we are forming higher lows right there. So it could just be a pullback of several $100s. I realize that we are forming very aggressive higher lows and that pullback could just basically get supported. Nevertheless, it is a good quick short scalp day trade to take some quick profits and be very defensive. On the other side, if we were to blast through, we have not much resistance till $57,000. I would not know how to trade this range, okay, because I know that the price could continue to the upside. We could get rejected. So for me, this zone is going to be a no trade zone for me until we start forming a little bit of a range. When we are ranging, there are beautiful trading opportunities. Until we do not form that range, I will be not trading here the pump either to the upside or to the downside. Best option here would be claiming that liquidity, creating a failed auction, and then start to get a pullback, okay? To take some profits quickly here, you could get a major pullback to come down to these lows purely based on a possible ABC flat scenario. Now, what happens if we do create a lower high right over here? We need to consider here a normal ABC corrective move in a fourth wave, right? If this were to be a fourth wave here based on timing, then obviously this is going to be very bullish. We're going to see some great opportunities here, possibly to the 236, which is the minimum requirement for a wave 4. If we were to get a leg down here to the 382, then we'll be analyzing the situation. But what I want to explain here at the 382, okay, I'm going to leave that fib level from the pivot low right there to the pivot high and zoom in here on the chart. When we do take a look at the extension, just say that if we are going to create a lower high, we might just blast through here, claim that liquidity. But if we are going to form a lower high here and we do take a look at the extensions, we can see that the 1-to-1 extension from this wave 1, B, and C is sitting exactly at the 236 Fibonacci, okay? As you can see right there, 1-to-1 extension. Now, I would consider not longing exactly this level, longing here the reclaim from the low of this possible A wave. So if we were to come here above this A wave, say that we do get that movement to the downside, and then the price action starts recovering from this pivot low, then we are looking here for a really nice recovery. That would be a failed auction. You got the timing right. You got this possible ABC. You're hitting the minimum requirement of that wave 4. So that could be definitely a good scenario here to get into the long. Not as we are maintaining beneath this wave move to the downside. Beneath that level, I will personally not be interested. Only if we do start forming double, triple bottoms on the lower time frame, purely based on this resistance support flip. So if we do come down, we're beneath this level and we start to form here, okay, those double, triple bottoms at this range, then obviously I would be considering here possibly long in here these double bottom local swing failure patterns to get in at the lowest level. But that would be on the 3-minute, 1-minute, 5-minute time frame, analyzing very carefully that consolidation, choppy action, sideways momentum to jump into the trade. For those day traders and swing traders, a recovery beneath the low here from Saturday, which is sitting at $50,600, that would be for me a clear sign of strength. We've claimed the lows, over here, we're recovering and we're looking for that next wave 5 to claim these highs and possibly that liquidity. If we still have that liquidity sitting there, okay, and this is probably going to be claimed in the coming hours, but just say we start rolling down from here, there's still going to be a lot of liquidity sitting right there. So that movement down, I would be expecting a rise. So the most important level here to take the trading decisions, okay, is that $50,400 range, okay, where we have the 0236, where we do have the 1-to-1 extension for this possible move. That is if we are going to top out here at this range. We also have the resistance support flip for the day traders. Dipping down beneath the Saturday lows and recovering above it would be a sign of strength here for the price to get a rise. And for those scalp day traders, okay, that are looking to get into the lowest level possible when we are trading beneath this level, stay cautious because we could waterfall here very aggressively, and we do not want to get into any trade when we have a falling knife. We want that consolidation, that resistance support flip where we have those local double bottoms, something very similar that happened here on Thursday. As you can see with the price action, you can see the resistance support flip, and what you want to see more internally is that resistance support flip forming that local double bottom. Look at this nice beautiful double bottom swing failure pattern locally. If you do want to trade this when we are trading beneath this A wave, you want to look for this kind of price action, okay, looking for that major double bottom and then get into the trading setup, looking for that resistance support flip. Not much more has to be said here on the possible scenarios. If we do blast through here above the highs created on Thursday, I'm just going to be waiting for a major range to take a look at those possible setups. We got into a nice, beautiful short position here. Mentioned this level yesterday, the 7/8 Fibonacci with a value area high. Getting that rejection at 52,400 and looking for several $100s of a pullback. That happened very, very nicely here today. That was basically this resistance right there, getting that nice pullback from that value area high. So the ranges are absolutely beautiful, guys, to get into those setups like I mentioned here yesterday on the live stream. Remember, if you are interested in trading, you got Bybit, my #1 crypto trading platform, but also 𝗖𝗺 with a great bonus here with the links down below in the description if you want to get those best deals. Let's go right away here with some news that is going on. On average, Grayscale has been bleeding out 269 million worth of Bitcoin a day since the ETF has started trading on January the 11th. So there is a little bit of selling pressure here of Grayscale, but overall the inflows of the spot ETF are much higher. This is why the price is actually going up and not down. There is more buying pressure than selling pressure. Now, also what we have here is that Ferrari goes big on crypto and is actually accepting Dogecoin as payment method for luxury sport cars in the US. This is absolutely crazy. You might think, how can you accept Dogecoin for a crypto payment? It's volatile. This might be going to lower levels, or is it going to go higher? Well, this is pretty simple. They accept Dogecoin and they instantly change it to dollars, right? That's what I would do if I had a major company and I'm accepting crypto payments. They just basically do the quick transaction to their local currency, right? So that is actually bullish, basically for crypto, for mass adoption, no doubt. We have Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says that Bitcoin could go, he says that it's going to go to $100,000 in June of 2024, just in the next few months, guys, just in about 4 months, that Bitcoin will be hitting $100,000. Very much a possibility, no doubt. I'm not going to deny that based on what is going on here with, obviously, the ETFs. We have BlackRock and Fidelity, where BlackRock holds now $6.2 billion or $120,000, 120,000 Bitcoin, sorry. This is more than 0.5 of the entire Bitcoin supply. He will be holding around about 1% of the entire Bitcoin supply in the next coming weeks, potentially, if he continuing to buy Bitcoin. Massive inflows here on BlackRock, already holding 0.5% of the entire supply. He'll be having 1% in a matter of a few weeks, very likely. Take a look at the best performing asset in the last decade compared to Amazon, Tesla, Apple, S&P 500. We have Bitcoin with 569,000 100% in the last 10 years. So if you just would have put $100 10 years ago, you would be a multi-millionaire if you would have bought $100 worth of Bitcoin 10 years ago. Thank you, legends. Not much more to be said here. Make sure to subscribe. Very likely I'll be doing a live stream afterwards to look for a little bit of setups just like yesterday's video. Check out my Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many altcoins, guys. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.